I think what makes a community special is that people are looking to take care of each other. And I believe that at the core is what Blossoms does.
Back in 2004, then County Exec Jim Roby was looking at an organization to beautify the county and connect that to tourism.
Conceptually, it was a great idea that we were going to plant trees that would beautify the county.
So originally, Blossoms of Hope was going to be a tourist attraction.
Over those years, we planted over 2,500 cherry trees, and those have been primarily done in groves around Howard County.
I look forward to each spring as we see the trees that we've planted in downtown Columbia coming to life. More and more we'll be seeing downtown Columbia as maybe a mini version of the Cherry Blossom Festival in DC.
Those trees have often been bought as a memorial for someone that has passed away from cancer, and also as a tribute to folks that have beaten it.
We have opportunities for our residents when they lose a loved one to have a tree in their honor. We have folks that are buying trees for their own properties.
It really has just added so much beauty to the community.
I had a member who I gifted a tree to. He was a golfer. He had one hole-in-one in his whole life. He was a big golfer and was on the 18th hole of our Hialeah golf course. So when he passed, and to the family, I gifted them a tree. So we went to the 18th hole. That's where he had his one hole-in-one, and his tree sits there. So I see that tree when I go by it, and it makes me think of him.
Blossoms of Hope is a unique organization in Howard County. So not only do we beautify our community through the cherry blossom trees, but we also support cancer and other causes.
When we first began, we supported the Claudia Mayer Tina Broccolino Cancer Resource Center at the hospital.
In 2005, Blossoms of Hope provided $10,000 to the Cancer Resource Center. And since that time, it has provided over $400,000 to the center to keep it alive, to keep it serving this community. And in fact, it wouldn't exist today without this support.
So Blossoms of Hope is very unique because we not only support the Cancer Resource Center at the hospital, but also other community organizations. And we do that not only by planting trees, but also by throwing terrific parties and events. And I think we have some of the best in the county.
They hold events like Pretty in Pink, where people can come out and celebrate living with cancer and beating cancer.
When we had a full slot of models that were cancer survivors, and those women were backstage for several hours because they got their hair and their makeup done, there was nonstop chatter because remember, they were all in various stage of the cancer battle. They were the bravest people I ever met.
We also have a great event in the early summer called Power the Purse that we've been doing for 9 years.
When I walked in and I saw how well executed it was and everyone was friendly and they were happy and they were having a good time and I could shop and all the money would be donated back, I knew that right there was something that I needed to be a part of.
And I'm always amazed at when they throw an event, just the energy and the focus that they bring to it.
And so when we started with Beer, Bourbon, and Bags last year, for instance, it was our first year and we didn't know how it was going to play out. And then instantly we had so many volunteers on board and we almost sold out our tickets in our first year.
And we did that in some of our raw space in the office building that we just have completed. And Blossoms took that over and made a fabulous event out of this raw office space. It was really fun.
They are just a fun group to be around. And when they come together, they let their hair down a little bit, but they certainly keep focused on the mission.
And one of the benefits of Blossoms of Hope is that we can move relatively fast.
If something comes up and there's a need, or there's, in the case of the flood, there's a horrific disaster, we want to help and we want to be there and we want people to know that they can come to us and we'll make things happen.
So after the 2018 flood hit Ellicott City, Michelle Wildman was in my studio with me. She helped me after the 2016 flood. And the first day that we were able to go back into my studio to clean, she and another friend of mine came to help me. And a few hours later, she called me. And she said, I'm meeting with Greg. He's a regional manager at Carrabba's, and he wants to help the community. So we have a question. Would it be better if we had a ticketed event and people bought tickets and he supplied all the food? Or would it be better if he fed the community? Is there any way they can do both? And within, I think, 2 weeks of that time, there were 600 or 700 people in Turf Valley Ballroom. Many of them bought tickets, and many of the community members that were affected by the flood were there eating. And I think $27,000 was raised.
So the fact that we can throw these fun events and we can bring happiness and we can bring money and give it away, everything we bring in, everyone that we please, we give it back to people that need it the most. There is no better way for us to spend our days, in my opinion.
So we want to make an impact. We want to make certain that organizations can continue to receive support from an organization that can move quickly.
Well, the Blossoms of Hope people are absolutely amazing. From Joe Barbera on, everyone is incredibly committed to the mission, but they are incredibly committed to making sure that a difference is made too.
I always say, if you're not passionate about something, then why are you doing it? And everybody on our board is passionate about what they do.
And I don't know what we do without them, frankly. They are the most visible foundation, I think, in our community in support of cancer.
Everybody has been touched by cancer. I don't think in this world anymore you don't know someone. And in a community where you have a great organization like this, it's such a resource that we just decided that, you know what, this is something that we should get involved in.
And the idea here is we're trying to raise money, and we raise money for good causes. And the real opportunities to raise money come from the corporations.
What I really love about Blossoms of Hope is the combination of that very worthy mission, worthy cause, combined with the beautification of planting cherry trees, combined with the environmental benefit that comes with planting new trees in downtown Columbia. I don't know if there's another organization, another partnership where we can kind of hit so many different good things in just one partnership.
I just want to tell you how grateful I am to the people who are Blossoms of Hope. They are amazing, they're fun, they become great friends, and they make a huge difference in our community.
Celebrating 15 years gives me a great sense of pride because of not only where we were, but where we're going.
I think a business and an organization grows and is healthy because it's looking forward at not what did we accomplish, but what will we accomplish.
So I'm really proud of how we continue to grow our organization and how that is characterized in the community by their ongoing support and their tireless efforts to make certain we make a difference.